The legend says when he rises, it awakens the sun once with it. So strong that not even the depths of the ocean could invade its heart. And so big that nobody ever had the chance to dominate it. Being a pleasant company, the mountains and the rivers are always following him. A brave warrior that wields his sword tactfully and accurate, always succeeding to outclass his European competitor. So these 5 unique myths that define the character of this samurai are about to be unveiled and confirmed or busted. So stay tuned in this journey for the next 8 minutes, because it's worth it. The legend started somewhere in 1965, when, as you know, the majority of the watchmakers entered the race to demonstrate their commitment to create the best diving tools. And in the land of the rising sun, things weren't different. The Elder 62 Mas was officially Seiko's first diving tool watch. That was about to set an important milestone in their history, but wasn't enough for them. This model featured a rotating bezel with a screw-down crown and a waterproofness of 150 meters, but still wasn't enough. Maybe through the eyes of the world, the tryout of Seiko had passed the test. But in reality they were testing and collecting data, preparing for the launch of 1967. Which represents, in my view, the most important diver that influenced the diving watchmaking in the modern era. The Seiko 6215-7000, which was about to be Seiko's first professional diver watch. Seiko had built watches meant for diving before, but this one was something different. This watch was not intended for the casual recreational dive enthusiasts, but for divers who made their living from diving. And as I said, while the early Seiko dive watches had a water resistance rating of 150 meters, the 6215-7000 was capable of reaching depths of 300 meters. It achieved this water resistance because of the unique monoblock case made from one piece. The 6215-7000 was also the first Seiko dive watch to feature a crown at 4 o'clock, a signature of Seiko divers to this day, and provides an obvious aesthetic connection between these early professional diver watches and the highly advanced prospect divers of today, here referring to the Turtles, the Marinemaster, the SKX line, even the Sumo. And hope you like this video so far. If you are passing by, please consider subscribing for future wristwatch stories. Thank you. But getting back to our myth, this lone samurai is the direct predecessor of the 6215-7000, part of the professional line. Respecting the same major designs and specifications, Seiko launched the Marinemaster 300 in 2010, a robust diver for professionals. So the myth where it says when he rises it awakens the sun once with it, I'd say it's true. The depth of the crystal, when angled, highlights the inner polished chapter ring that creates a substantial light between the dial and the crystal, adding depth, light and excitement, which highlights the sensation of a fresh new day, the horizon before sunrise. Everything in the dial is certain and purposeful. There is no wasted space, just meaning. The matte dark background contrasts with the highly polished rings of the loomed indices, working in perfect harmony with those multifaceted brushed hands, in the same manner filled with Lumibright. Design-wise, if from the distance you might think this is an SKX or maybe a Sumo, the open book 12 o'clock loomed marker alongside the hands, I might say, defines the character of this Marinemaster, making it easy to recognize. The loom, as it suits a professional, it's filled with Lumibright. That still stands strong after 8 or 9 years from its birth. Another unique feature that I like about this watch is the date wheel, which instead of being white or black, it's silver and it stands out in the light, managing to unveil a playful tone that adds a contradiction to this serious professional dial. Outside of the dial, everything described is surrounded by a deep black lacquered ring, outlined by an imposing grippy coinage bezel. Apologies, I had no room in the intro, but let me show you something cool. This is a leather strap from my friend's 7 Friends and Watches, but not a regular one. This is called the high-tech elastomer because it's a beautiful full-grain leather that does not retain sweat or smell. That is happening because of the patent-pending material from the interior that keeps the sweat away from the strap, but still maintaining it comfortable, flexible and soft. This model being able to gain patina in time. And it comes in an eco-friendly box with a warranty card. This is a group of watch enthusiasts that made these watch straps for their standards. They are handmade with pride in Romania. And for the market prices, they are not expensive. And they have free shipping worldwide. So check them out, 7 Friends and Watches, and besides the store they also have a blog where they write and review their personal watches. So the link is in the description. I'll be seeing you in the end. But getting back to our legend, it is so strong that not even the depths of the ocean couldn't invade the heart of this brave warrior. Which is perfectly true. The case of this Marinemaster, as it was designed in '67, has a monoblock body. Means that there is no back case to unscrew it to access the mechanism. Everything is happening from the dial, where the sealing is completed by the thick Hardex crystal. Truly a tank, but an elegant one. The facets of this Marinemaster complements the case, being one of the finest designs from Seiko. The repetition of the polished and brushed facets that curve slowly towards the lugs creates an interesting light play that pleases the eyes no matter the lighting conditions, especially for the fact that the X logo does not appear anywhere. And if you're not convinced yet, here are some of my best photos, according to Instagram, of this majestic timepiece. The next myth tells us that the spirit of the samurai is so big that no one had actually the chance to dominate it. From my side, this myth is busted. On paper, I bet a lot of people got scared by the size of this timepiece, somehow measured at 44mm, because it has that trapezius shape from the bottom towards the top. Helped by the small dial size, it looks actually like a 40 or 41mm watch. How? No idea how, but it happens. Height-wise, it's true, at 15mm, it definitely looks like a tool watch. And in terms of how it wears, I think this watch has the right amount of weight to feel that you are wearing a serious professional diver on your wrist. But it doesn't get a wobble on the wrist roll, no matter what type of strap I'm wearing. The next myth on our list says that, being a pleasant company, the mountains and the rivers are always following him. Sounds like a metaphor, but in reality everything is true. And it refers to the strap pyramids, multiplied on a waffle pattern, continued by those longitudinal ditches, where from the perspective they really look like mountains and rivers that actually complements the watch very well. And if you'll ask me, I think there is a lot of meaning in the definition of this design strap. And the last myth from our list, our brave warrior who wields the sword tactfully and accurate, always succeeding to outclass his European competitors, refers to the evolution of Seiko in years. They even built two brands to compete each other in order to make the most accurate mechanical movement. And here there is no exception. The L835 automatic with 26 joules and a power reserve of 50 hours has an accuracy that easily matches certified chronometer levels and often exceeds them. So this Marinemaster ended up in my collection. Why? Because it successfully managed to impress me, not everyone else. After all, not by accident everyone is seeking to mod their Seikos, to make them look like this samurai. Such a beautiful journey, I'd say a rich full story that has a positive note in the end. The Marinemaster being qualified as the 9th brave beater on the channel, sitting on the Hall of Fame next to the other 8 extraordinary timepieces, with a lot of history and meaning. Before I close, I wanted to thank to all those persons who are always next to me, encouraging me to continue and to create better content. Just wanted to let you know that I'm trying to improve what I do, because you deserve better YouTube content. Because you deserve to see more, to learn more, and most important, to feel more. So hope you liked this video, and if you're passing by, please consider subscribing to the channel for future creative updates. And until next time,